everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Leslie and it is time for another budget with me where we are going to look at October expenses and my expectations for November. And I don't know what exactly has been happening, but everything is just kind of going off the rails at this point. So I know my budget isn't as clean. Oh, there's Pixel. She is one of the reasons things went off the rails in October. So she is the guilty one here. No, but I guess this is kind of how things usually go, because the beginning of the year it is a lot easier to save money and to not overspend, and then as the year goes on I tend to spend more and more, especially once the holidays hit. So the last quarter of the year, well, maybe not the whole last quarter, but the last several months of the year, I have my birthday, my daughter's birthday, obviously the holidays, and then this year my daughter started kindergarten, so I have a lot of school expenses that I didn't expect. So let's go over exactly what happened in October and what's up with Pixel. Okay, so we'll just start at the beginning of my expenses categories as we usually do. So that's going to be groceries, and I of course went over on groceries. I spent $767.90. My budget was $600, and if you're wondering why my grocery budget is fairly low, it's because my husband tends to just buy his own groceries. So my grocery expense is pretty much just food for me and my daughter. There's a little bit of overlap between my husband and I, so we don't have our accounts, our money combined yet. We just got married a few months ago, and to be honest, it's not super necessary. Like, we tend to kind of give and take with what we're spending on anyway, so it sort of evens out. I don't know, it's not something that we're really that concerned with. But if you're curious, that's why some of these numbers might seem a little weird. So I think part of the reason for that, oh, I know what it was. I am an idiot. Okay, I am so ridiculous. I spent almost $100 on tea. Tea that you drink, just tea. I can't believe I spent almost $100. So I don't even know why. I guess it's just been a while since I bought tea, and normally I stick to my usual, like, just plain green tea or matcha, something like that, maybe some ginger tea. But for some reason I found all these unique teas that I just wanted to try. Some of them were dessert teas. I've been trying to eat less sugar, and so I thought the dessert teas might help me out. So I bought a couple of those, and they're really good, by the way. My favorite was the Tazo, I'll put a picture, the lemon cake or something like that. It's so good. So that one's been really nice. But yeah, I spent way too much on tea, and part of it was that there's this one brand that I like called Domingo, and I think it's actually a Korean brand. I know one of my Korean coworkers brought it in and it was so good, but it's really hard to find. So I ended up finding it on eBay, but it was a 3-pack and it was like $30. So that was a good chunk of my tea expense. But yeah, so if I hadn't had that $100 tea expense, then I would have been a lot closer to budget. I feel like there was one more thing. I did buy some protein bars. I usually buy some kind of protein supplement, either powder or bars, so that's usually part of my grocery spending anyway. I'm not seeing anything, so I guess I did just go over a little bit in addition to the tea expense, my tea budget for the month. So if you're watching this and you're struggling at all with your finances and you are under the impression that I make reasonable, logical choices for all of my finances, you might be incorrect, and every once in a while we spend on something that is a little bit dumb. But anyway, the tea is very good, by the way, so it wasn't a waste of money in my opinion. Man, Pixel is just having so much fun today. I normally close the door in here when I'm recording these, and not for any reason, it's just a habit to close the door. Sometimes my family is here. But yeah, it's open today and she's just having so much fun running around in here. All right, paper goods and cleaning. I went over by about $10, but that's because we all got sick. We got a pretty nasty cold, and I ended up having to restock our tissues, and I usually buy it in bulk. So it was like, I think it was like $13 for that bulk set of tissues, and so that was my unexpected expense, which isn't that big of a deal, so it's fine. I can't believe how many tissues we went through. I'm probably gonna have to buy more before the end of the year. Gas, I did have to fill up twice for gas, so I also went over on gas. Preschool, I didn't have a preschool expense, so I keep preschool on here because for school breaks she does go back to where her preschool was because they're also a daycare. So for November I actually will have a preschool expense. Personal care and toiletries, I went way over. So I think that was just makeup that I needed to restock. Because I don't buy makeup that often. I'm not even wearing it now. I pretty much just wear it to work. Yeah, so that looks like makeup. Then I bought some soap and some lotion, that kind of stuff. But it was more than I anticipated, so I did go over by about $70. All right, over-the-counter meds and vitamins. This is another one where I also went over because I got my DEXA scan, which I'll mention later when I get to that expense, but it was not good. And so I'm really trying to step up my workouts, and I really needed some stuff for recovery and just some stuff related to working out. So I thought I would try a few supplements, and I'm really sensitive to supplements, so they're really hit or miss. But the stuff like magnesium, and I tried a non-stim pre-workout, which it's okay. It's probably not that necessary, so I don't think I'll rebuy it. Honestly, a lot of the supplements I bought, I'm probably not gonna rebuy. I just wanted to try them. Oh, I did buy calcium chews, so my bone density actually got a little bit worse. That was the thing I was really worried about because I'm basically on the border of having osteopenia, and it runs in my family. My mom has it, and so I'm really concerned about bone health. So I did buy some calcium supplements. What else did I buy? There were just so many things I'm trying to remember. I had to replace my magnesium just because I ran out. So there were just a lot of random things related to supplements that I wanted to try. And it's so funny because earlier at the beginning of the year, I posted a video about things I no longer buy. And one of the things was supplements. And I probably should have just listened to my own advice about not trying too many because I don't know that they're doing that much. But yeah, we're going to see if it helps me recover faster from lifting, because with my bone health and then my body fat actually went up a little bit. All my numbers were kind of worse, and it was a bit disheartening, especially considering how much I go to the gym and that I've been lifting heavier. Like, something good is happening. But yeah, so I'm really focused on fixing all of that and getting my body, my health together. Daughters once, so it was my daughter's birthday last month, and so I did have to buy her stuff for her birthday and for the party and gifts and all of this stuff. So I did budget $200, and I just went a little bit over, so it wasn't that big of a deal. She did a Toy Story birthday because she's obsessed with Toy Story right now. She loves Jessie. That's what she was for Halloween, if you didn't catch my last video. But daughter's needs, this is the one where I really went over. So I only budgeted $65, and I spent $359 on stuff that she needed. And like I mentioned, I'm going to just combine her wants and needs for next year into one category, because for kids, sometimes wants and needs are just so similar. But a lot of that was clothes. And she had, what else? She had her school picture day. Oh my god, school pictures are so expensive. Like, between buying them, buying the outfits, she had to get some shoes. Like, she needed everything. And what sucks is I bought her a dress and it ended up being too big. And so I had to buy her a second one. And I'm just keeping the one that was too big for next year. So at least I have next year covered. But I had to buy her 2 dresses. And between the dresses and the shoes and the buying the pictures, all of that was like $100 right there. I think a lot of it was clothes, though, to be honest, because I know I had to buy her a lot of shirts, some pajamas, the picture day stuff. That sounds about right, and some socks. So medical expenses, that's actually where I put the cost for the DEXA scan, and that was $125, so that's why I'm exactly $125 over. And my husband got his scan too, and his wasn't super great. It was good. The one he had last year was really, really good, so this one was just meh. So we both need to step it up again. But man, it gets so hard, like, trying to balance taking care of yourself and like your fitness and all of that with your really busy day-to-day life. And he got a new job that's taken up more of his time, so we're kind of just working through all of that. The struggle is real. Gifts, I put 0 for gifts because everything for my daughter I just put under her wants and needs. Clothes, oh my god, so clothes, it was almost $500 on clothes, so I went way over on clothes. So I bought literally everything. I think part of what happened is that I needed to restock some of my winter stuff, so I didn't take that into account when I was making my budget. So I bought socks, I bought a bra, underwear, gym clothes, work clothes, and a couple pairs of fleece pants, like to sleep in. So I actually did buy some pretty essential stuff, but it was just a lot. So that was a good chunk of money, which sucks. But I think oh, and I had to buy insoles for my shoes. So my husband and I both wear barefoot shoes, and I've talked about those in other videos just because of how much I love them. But because they're barefoot and so close to the ground, my feet have been getting so cold with the weather changing just because the ground's so cold. But I found these really awesome insoles that they're foil on the bottom and then wool on the top, and they are so warm. I love them. If you wear barefoot shoes or if your feet just get cold, I highly recommend these insoles. I'll put a picture. The brand name is kind of weird, but I'll link it below as well. And they were pretty cheap too. They were $10 each, so 10 for me, 10 for my husband. So hobbies, I spent a little bit on hobbies. I'm pretty sure that was that potting soil, maybe. Yeah, it was indoor potting soil. I think that was it. And I got a lot, so I usually don't use too much indoor soil, so that should last me for a while. Pets. So Pixel, this was the big expense. I spent $1,273 on pets when I had budgeted $15. So actually the first day of the year I had to take Pixel to the emergency vet for an issue she was having, and it was $300. So I already had one emergency vet visit, and then she had to go back a couple of weeks ago because it's kind of gross. Again, the last one was gross, but she had to get her anal glands drained. So she had something going on there where they weren't draining right, and it got an abscess, and it was just in really bad shape. So we definitely had to take her. Luckily, it wasn't like an immediate life or death sort of deal, but it was a Friday night. So there was no way to take her to the vet until Monday, and it couldn't wait that long. So we had to go to the emergency vet. The only good news, and she's fine now, by the way. She had to wear a cone for a solid week. I'm giving her a supplement called Glandex that's supposed to help with her glands, and giving her more wet food because apparently dehydration can make that worse, and she only eats dry food. So I've been giving her wet food every morning and then dry food in the evening. And one thing that was kind of cool is that Pixel is so chill. She is such a good cat. So they thought they were gonna have to like actually sedate her, so they originally quoted the price as like almost $1,500, but when they went to do the procedure they actually didn't have to sedate her as much as they thought they would. So I ended up getting a refund of like $300 or 300 and some change. So that was really nice that it was closer to 1,000, because when I first went there and heard what it was, my brain was like, okay, this is probably gonna be like $1,000. So when I first saw the $1,500 charge, I was like, man, that is a lot. So yeah, bringing it back down towards 1,000 was such a win, and just because she was such a good cat, I'm so excited that everything worked out. So yeah, I guess I will have to take her to the normal vet and make sure everything is good there. It's just kind of hard because I don't have any more hours to take off at work. I think I literally have like one day technically, but I don't want to use a day because there's a good chance that either me or my daughter will get sick before the end of the year. So I really need to save that day for us getting sick. So I'm not sure what to do. I'll have to see if they're open on Saturdays, but yeah, so that's the story of Pixel, and she's doing much better, as you can see where she was walking around. So entertainment, I spent $141, and I basically budgeted the same amount. So I did go to the movies with my daughter. She saw Gabby's Dollhouse and loved it. It was a cute little movie. So we saw that. We did our hotel stay, but the charge for that was actually on the previous month for September. They charged me, and then we stayed in October. What else? I bought the tickets to the bodybuilding show, so I'm really excited about that. It's in like, oh man, it's like in a week and a half, so almost here. And yeah, I think that was it. Home goods and decor actually did go way over too. That's the theme here, going over budget on everything. but I spent $178, and part of this expense is actually related to my daughter's birthday. So she loves looking through pictures on my phone. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna buy her like an actual photo album that she can look through. And someone suggested why not just get a digital photo album, but I don't know. I think there's something about like flipping through the pages of a photo album that's just kind of fun, and she loves it. So I had to pay for the photo album and a bunch of pictures. And it's funny because sometimes she doesn't want her picture taken, but I'll tell her, hey, we need it for your photo album. And she's like, geez, and just takes it. So it actually helps me get more pictures from her, which is so nice, because she's at that stage where she's like, I don't want my picture taken. But yeah, the photo album was a big win. She loves looking through it. I also had to buy myself a lunchbox, and I think I bought more meal prep containers. I can't remember. Yeah, I did buy some meal prep containers. So I'm actually doing pretty good on the meal prep stuff at this point. Childcare, I spent $5. And if you're curious why I have these random $5 charges for childcare, sometimes my sister-in-law, so she takes my daughter before and after school, and sometimes she will like do her hair or something like that. So she did her hair for picture day, and so I just gave her $5 just to show my appreciation. Business expense was $1.82. I think I just bought like a digital template or something. I don't know. It's cheap enough. Salon, I didn't do salon. Dining out. So dining out, I only spent 46 cents, which was an overage from paying for my meal at work. I get a lunch credit and I just paid that much over. We've been going to 7-Eleven a lot with my husband, so I haven't been paying, he's been paying. So I actually didn't have much at all on dining expenses. Car maintenance was $0. Vacation was $0. Electronics, I had budgeted $900 because I want to buy an exercise bike, but I'm kind of having a dilemma with that right now. So I found a bike I like. There's actually two different bikes that are the same bike with two different brand names. One is Schwinn, one is Bowflex, but they're literally the same bike. Anyway, I want that one, but I'm trying to figure out how to get it in the apartment, because if it's assembled, I can't really get it through the door. I think with these I can take off the handlebars and the seat. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can actually get a used one and save some money, but I don't know how we're going to actually carry it up the stairs into the apartment, because it weighs like 113 pounds and my husband can't carry it alone, and I don't know if I can help him. I don't know, that sounds pretty heavy to be going up the stairs with 113 pounds, but I don't know. So as much as I want one, I'm just having this dilemma. And then there's actually going to pick it up. I need him to go with me, and he's just really not big on going through like Facebook Marketplace and like going somewhere to get something. He's very like paranoid that it's gonna be a scam or like something's gonna happen, which I guess is valid, but I mean, Facebook Marketplace is so popular, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. So like I said, even if I buy it new, we're still gonna have to carry it up the stairs somehow, and that is my dilemma. So I might just put that on the back burner for now. Insurance and registration, I did have a little bit. So I had my my renter's insurance went through, and that was $183. Gym and house cleaners, the same as always. Work, I didn't have a work expense. Miscellaneous, I did go over by $2.55, but that's not a big deal. Laundry, I didn't technically need laundry money, but I went ahead and pulled $20 just because. So I put that under laundry. And then cell phone, I am so dumb. So with the cell phone charge, I forgot that when I signed up for Mint, I got a 3-month like sign up bonus, and so it was really cheap. And so I put that same 3-month bonus amount as what I was expecting to pay, forgetting that I would be paying full price, which is basically double what the discount was. So I spent $130 on Mint, but that's for 3 months. So 3 months of self-service, unlimited, $130. I think next time I'm going to pay for 6 months or maybe even 12 and then get a bigger discount, because I think it's like $40 a month if you do 3 months at a time. If you do a year, it's $30 a month. So I'm still kind of thinking on that. I might change that. But yeah, and then all of my subscriptions are the same. I spent $88 on subscriptions, which, like I mentioned before, I don't like doing, but some of these are necessary for business stuff, and yeah, I'll deal with it. Oh, and I forgot. So savings, investing, retirement, and student loans. So savings, I save automatically $20 a week. So I did put, actually I put 100 this month. I guess just because of how the weeks fell. I don't invest right now outside of my retirement. Retirement actually put in $812 into retirement this month, so that's pretty cool. But the bad thing is I didn't pay anything on my student loans. Because of the expense with Pixel, I wasn't able to do a student loan payment. And then one thing that kind of sucked is I did have to pull $1,100 from savings. So what happened was my car insurance payment from last month, it hit my credit card, so I had to pay on that. So I had to pay my credit card, what was left for the car insurance, and then Pixel. There was a little bit that I had to pay for Pixel. And so between those expenses, I didn't have enough to pay my student loans, and I had to pull some stuff from savings as well. So that kind of sucked, but I mean, that's what an emergency is. Like, that's why you have that fund, and that's what happens. With my car insurance payment, I do always pull that from savings. So each month, that's why I make sure I put something into savings so that I can pay my car insurance. I really need to be putting more into savings. That way I'm not taking out too much. Ideally, I should really be saving like $250 a month to go just towards car insurance. So I might have to reevaluate how much I'm saving each week. Like, maybe I should be pulling like $50 a week instead of 20. Maybe I'll set it up that way. That would make more sense. I just don't want to accidentally like try to transfer too much and then my checking account falls too low. But I do have overdraft protection with Ally where they'll pull it back from my savings if they need to. Okay, anyway, let's look at the projected expenses for November. Oh, by the way, one thing I wanted to mention, because I did put so much on my credit card recently, I had $101 in rewards points for my credit card last month. So I guess that covers the tea expense, but yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I got so much back on my credit card. The only downside is because I had a lot of expenses, that's why I got so much back. Oh, another thing I did was I actually lowered my retirement savings by 1% because I have been saving more than I expected with retirement. And right now that I have a pretty healthy amount going into retirement, I need to focus more on my student loans and I guess building up my savings because I do want my savings account to be $10,000 ideally. And with what I recently pulled from it, it's down to like $8,800. And so I really want to get that back up. I'm not gonna lie, it seems almost like a lost cause to even budget for November because November and December is just so chaotic that I just don't even know what to put. Groceries, I'm actually gonna increase that to, I don't know if I want to do $650 or $700 because we do have Thanksgiving, so I'm gonna put $650. Paper goods and cleaning, we might need more toilet paper that I buy in bulk. I'm gonna leave that at $45. Gas I'll leave at $45 because I should just have one fill up this time. Preschool I'm putting $200 because that's what we're going to owe for her fall break preschool. Even though technically it's daycare, not preschool, but whatever. Personal care and toiletries. I'm pretty good on a lot of that stuff right now. I'm gonna put $25 just in case. Over-the-counter meds and vitamins, God, I really shouldn't be buying more of these, but I'm gonna leave it at $25 just in case I run out of something that I normally buy or whatever. $25, we'll leave it at that. Daughter's wants, I might be buying her some Christmas stuff, but honestly, I don't think we're going to be spending that much on her for Christmas because for one, she just had her birthday, and then so the grandparents and then my husband's friends, we have so many people who want to buy stuff for her, and she just does not need anything. She's good on clothes, she's good on toys. Like, I think I might just take her somewhere for Christmas. Like, she loves the trampoline park, so maybe we'll just take her there or something. But yeah, gosh, I'm gonna put daughter's wants at 60, just because. Daughter's needs, like I said, she's pretty good on most stuff. I am going to start packing her lunch for school because so school lunches aren't the healthiest, especially in the US. If you're outside of the US, then I'm sure you've heard how awful our school lunches can be. But she takes a bad, like an unhealthy school lunch and just takes it to the max and picks like the most unhealthiest items because she's only 6. So she sees like, she'll have like pancakes for lunch or like a bagel, and it's like, you need to be eating actual food. Like, I know chicken nuggets and pizza aren't particularly healthy, but at least there's like protein in the chicken nuggets and stuff. But yeah, so I'm just gonna start making her lunch because I can make it way healthier than school. And the whole point of that is that I wanted to buy her one of those bento box things. So I have the bento box, and I might have to buy her a couple other things like for meal prep the way my husband and I do. I'm gonna put that at 50. Medical expenses I'll leave the same. Gifts, so Christmas is coming up. I'm going to go ahead and put I'm gonna put 60. Do I want to do 60? Because we have Black Friday during November. I'm gonna put God, I don't know what to put. I'm gonna put 150 for gifts because I don't have too many people to buy for, but I think that'll give me a nice cushion for. God, I wonder if I should put 200. I'm just gonna put 150. Clothes, I'm gonna put 50 just in case. Hobbies, I don't have time for hobbies, and the gardening stuff was more for the summer. I really don't think I'll be spending on hobbies. Pets, for Pixel, she's gonna be needing more wet food, and wet food gets kind of pricey. So I'm gonna put 65, because I know she needs litter, wet food, she's good on dry food. 65. Entertainment, we may go to the movies like once. I'm gonna put $50 for entertainment just in case, but I'm not sure if we're even gonna do that. Home goods and decor, I'm gonna leave that at 50 in case I want to buy something Christmassy, although I think my Christmas stuff is all good. So childcare, I don't think we're gonna have a childcare expense. Business, I'm good on my Etsy stuff. Salon, I still don't know if I'm going to the salon or not. I'm just gonna leave it. Dining out, I'll leave the same. Car maintenance, nothing. Vacation, nothing. Electronics, for the bike, where I'm still really torn on that bike. I'm debating on if I want to just leave it. I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm just gonna leave the 900 because I'm sure I'm gonna overspend on something else anyway. I might as well have that extra 900 in the budget. Insurance and registrations, I do have my car registration due soon. I'm just gonna put 50 there. Gym and house cleaner's always the same. Work, I don't think I need anything for work. Miscellaneous 20, laundry 0, and then cell phone is 0 because I paid last month. So all that is good. Okay, so for savings and investing in retirement, I'm gonna go ahead and leave savings at just that 20 a week. Because I do want to do more, but this is not the time of year where I usually have extra money to put towards savings. So I think starting in January, all this stuff will be way better. So investing, no investing right now. Retirement, I'm going to leave it 600. And then student loans, ideally, I really want to be putting like closer to 800 a month, but this time of year, I don't even know. I'm just going to leave it at 600. And then with my subscriptions, I actually paused my Audible subscription because I wanted to get Disney Plus again for the holidays. So I actually went through this whole year without having Disney Plus, which is a small miracle. I never thought we would get rid of Disney Plus. But I do like all the holiday stuff. My daughter really likes it. So I got Disney Plus. I already have Hulu, so I just bundled it. And actually Max came free as part of the bundle. So it's all 3 of those in the bundle. And the price wasn't too bad. I think it was like $33. And back when I paid for this stuff last year, I was paying like $40 just for Disney and Hulu. So that's actually a pretty good deal to get all 3 for $33, is assuming I looked at the numbers correctly. I guess I'll see when they charge me. But yeah, so I went ahead and paused Audible just to make up for that extra cost for the subscriptions. And honestly, I've been listening to a lot of stuff through Libby anyway, and I have a ton of audiobooks I haven't listened to yet. So I paused it for 3 months, so I won't have an Audible expense. So that feels like a win to at least take that away, even if I did put something in its place. But anyway, that is my plans, and hopefully I will somewhat stick to it. I don't know, you guys. How is your year going? Are you the same as me, where you spend more towards the end of the year? I feel like that's pretty common, because so many people start their low buy or no buy at the beginning of the year. Yeah, definitely let me know how things are going in the comments. Make me feel better about everything kind of hitting the fan at the end of the year. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye.